Yo, today is Tuesday, January 13th, 2026. My name's Noah and I'm here to keep myself accountable. Um, I'm doing what I said I did last time, where I kind of watch over the video as I'm talking. Hopefully it helps. Man, the quality still looks like horse shit. Sorry, crazy way to start this video, but I changed my video encoding from my CPU to my graphics card, so I didn't realize I was using my CPU because I have an NVIDIA graphics card. And it said my bitrate went from 6K to 10K, so I figured this would be way better, but I guess not. Anyways, um, yeah, there's a couple things that I obviously want to talk about over the course of this video. Um, First things first is please don't judge me. This Minecraft video is a little sloppy. I don't really have a general idea. I found a picture off Google Images that I kind of based it off of, and it looks almost identical. Building a barn here for the animals that I collected in the last episode. Um, I don't know how I feel about it. I gotta extend like the whole path and terraform everything, but I think I'm gonna add some stone too because if you see, the other builds that I've had, it's all wood, logs, stone, and the two different colors of wood, right? So I really like the theme I got going on with the two buildings I built so far, and I kind of want to keep that going. If you see it freeze at any point, it's just because I tab out. I got it recording on full screen. Yeah. So I think the first thing that came to my mind yesterday, at the end of this recording session, was something that I talked about in my video, in my journal yesterday, and it was that this whole time I I'm sitting next to my girlfriend in absolute silence, and it's something that um, I never really thought of or appreciated much until recently. And I realized that, there's a lot of things in your life that you might take for granted. And I think this is like seriously, seriously one of them. Like, how lucky am I to be able to sit here, do what I love doing, and not be judged, and just have like this, I don't know, this peace, this quiet, this like, I don't really know how to explain it, but just comforting, warm feeling of just looking over and knowing that like, everything's okay and that I can just play Minecraft and think about like my life and plan some stuff out and talk. Um, I'm still a little embarrassed with these videos, to be honest with you. So if I'm ever, I record the audio over these videos separately, and my journal is usually she's still around and she'll like throw her headset on or something at max volume just out of respect for like my privacy, even though she follows the channel and will watch the videos or can watch the videos if she wants to. Um, but ones like these where I really talk, I got to be alone. Like, there's a lot of things that I feel like I talk about here that are really hard to say out loud or like in front of people or to somebody's face. And I don't know, I feel like that's part of the reason why um, these videos can mean so much to me and my progress and understanding, who I am and what I want to be like as I'm doing this, as I'm pursuing this sort of thing that I don't know what it is yet. Um, a lot of this is going to be in two times until I actually get this build going because I am actually an idiot. So sorry if it's not super satisfying, but I'm working on it. Yeah. Okay. One thing I wanted to talk about was one thing I wanted to talk about is how stuck I feel recently. I think it's really important to point this out and get ahead of it while you can when you notice that you feel like you're not making progress in some way, shape, or form. And it's really important to analyze, I think, these sorts of things that I'm about to talk about with not too much scrutiny or not too much like, don't be too hard on yourself because it's it's humanly impossible to be making progress every day all the time. You have filler arcs, you have filler days, you have days where no matter what you do or what you try, like nothing's gonna change, right? You can have a bad workout at the gym. I could have a bad stream. You could have a bad day at your job. You get fired. You get whatever. Like there are days where you lose progress or you don't get any progress. And I think recently it's been been a bit of a learning curve with the things I've been experiencing on the stream. Um, lately there's been a lot of toxicity, not within my community, but from people outside. And there's also been just like a downtrend in the quality of my stream. Not because of who I am or how I'm talking or what I'm saying or the entertainment that I'm providing, but in my sub goal of getting like, not subscription goal, but my secondary goal of getting like, um, getting good at what I do, getting good at what I want to do. I've been losing a lot, and it's something that really bugged me. Um, and obviously something I talked about yesterday, where it's like I came to peace like yesterday or today about this, where it's like I can't be beating on myself so hard all the time just because like I'm finally starting to hit some sort of brick walls or failing a bit. I think it's important. I think I'm sure there's something to be learned from all this. I think while I'm talking to you guys about this, you need to understand that um, it's my first time for everything. Um, I don't really know what I'm doing here right now. Like I go into these videos without a script, right? Like I go into these videos hoping that things come to my head and what I want to talk about and what is bothering me right now or in my life in general. And I think that it's a good escape. And then I think that if anyone wants to do this, I've actually gotten one crazy thing is that there's one person and you know who you are, um, and I love this for you, but like I got a message the other day saying that my videos inspired somebody else to do daily, recordings of what they're doing in their lives and like to keep themselves accountable. And I really like that. I really like that. Even if I was able to touch one person, that it's made a serious difference, or at least a productive difference in somebody else's life, like I'm trying to do for myself. And that's really, honestly, like a goal that I didn't realize I had subconsciously. Like if I can motivate or help other people to push through like the problems that they have in their life right now, or the things they want to achieve, but that seems so far away. I would love to be able to do that for like literally anyone. Um, in terms of the toxicity recently, um, it's been a lot of just like weird people online. I feel like obviously like you don't know everyone you interact with. I don't know who any of like I don't know anyone that I don't know. It's kind of what I'm saying, which is like a real nothing sentence. My point is that I operate under the false assumption that every single person or that humanity as a whole is um, to some degree of intelligence and respect and you know yeah, just respect. And I've had two separate instances in the last week and a half. Like that's why streams felt really weird. It's like I've been losing all my games that I play, and I've had two instances over the last week and a half or 2 weeks of people that are just like terrible people. Now listen, if this is something that you find yourself doing, I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to tell you that it's wrong because I'm not the bearer of right and wrong, right? But the two instances, there's clips of one of them on my channel. There was a guy, I want to say 2 weeks ago now. I was playing Counter Strike. Counter Strike's a game that I love playing, and there's a guy that's totally like not mansplaining, but trying to like really in-game leader like the whole thing, which is fine, right? But he didn't really know what he was doing, and this is coming from, mind you, like anecdotally, like I was the highest rank in the game. I've played like 2,000 hours. I played like the more professional, complicated version of like Face It, and I've been like rank 9, or like not rank 9, but Face It level 9. Anyways, so I know like Counter Strike pretty well, and I really got fed up with this guy. I was just trying to have fun with my friends, so I just started ignoring him or doing what he said because it was funny. And he lost it one round in the game and started screaming slurs, crazy slurs. And I was like, "Damn, bro! Like, what the hell is wrong with you?" But I'm actually just laughing because it's insane for somebody to act this way, right? It's so funny. And then he's calling me a loser. He's calling me like the F word, the N word, whatever. And then he goes and looks at my profile and he sees that I'm streaming, and immediately like you can hear like the sound of regret wash over his face and like his voice and everything. Like I can imagine what this guy looks like. And within the next 10 minutes, he's changed his name, his profile picture. He got like, because beforehand he had his location, his social media, as like everything on your Steam profile. And if you know anything about Steam, like some people put their country or whatever, but really like, I don't know, if you know anything about the internet, you shouldn't be putting like where you live with like your full name, because then it's like anyone can find your job, anyone can find anything, anyone can ruin your life. It's not cool. And I wasn't gonna do anything because I think it's wrong. I think it's like people have all been there, right? Like I've said some things that I regret saying. Like, who am I to tell you what you're allowed to say and what you're not allowed to say and what emotional state you are in your life currently? That's something that through doing this, I've found a lot of peace in. That because I've been really upset, I've been really happy, I've reacted emotionally because of what has been wrong in my life. Doesn't mean you can't laugh at it and it's not funny when somebody's crashing out on you, but I he was basically scared of him being doxxed. It turns out he's like in his early 30s. He has like two kids, a wife, and he was saying like a bunch of slurs and he was like, I never said anything, and he just started like offering me money like to so that I wouldn't dox him. And I said, bro, like you're fine. Like I don't want money. Like don't worry, you're not getting doxxed. It's just like think about the way you're acting. And if it's something that's making you freak out like this to some random person on the internet, you probably don't want to keep acting this way. And then again, like separate instance just yesterday or 2 days ago, there was a guy I was playing League and I played with him the other day, not like just randomly he was in my team. He found out I was streaming because I pasted my link. And then he saw me again, so he went to watch the stream and stream snipe. Fine, stream sniping's normal. It's not that crazy. But then, like, as a joke through the stream, like, we're like, oh, like, he's sniping. Like, we know he's sniping. So we were, like, bullying the guy a little bit, right? Because it's like, oh, like, you're low-key a loser. Like, you need to snipe the game just to win, yada, yada, yada. It's like when you were a kid and you screen peeked in Call of Duty just to find where your friend was. Like, it's cheesy. Nobody likes it. Like, it ain't cool. And then the sad part that I said that I was getting at earlier when I said if this is you, like don't take it personally because I've been there. Now this conversation is about to take a darker turn that if anyone's made it this far, I don't want to trigger anything or whatever, but like these people, there's this there's this website. If you go on Google right now, this could be fun for some of you guys if you're interested. You can go on Google and you can search Twitch follower list or Twitch following tool or something, and there's a website that pops up, and the profile for the website or the picture of the website is I think it's Pepe like the frog, and essentially all it is a blank website where you type in the name of the Twitch account, and it'll then grab the info of every single person they follow and the day that they followed and at what time because Twitch tracks all that API. And both of these people, it's like there's a theme. Both of these people are like towards their 30s or in their 30s, and when you go look at their following, um, it's just like a bunch of like the OnlyFans porn stars that will go stream on Twitch to like try to drag people to their OnlyFans. And there's nothing wrong with OnlyFans, okay? Don't get me wrong. But there are these follows from these young men that are like in their late 20s or early 30s with like kids perchance, and they're following these accounts like it says at like 4 a.m., 3 a.m., 2 a.m. And I'm like, all right, bro, like we're not stupid. Like we know what you're doing, and this is information that you're putting out there for everyone to see because your footprint exists. And I don't understand how people don't understand that. Like everything you say and do on the internet is eternalized. Like all of these videos that I've made will forever be here to haunt me or to benefit me one day in the future. And why I said it's about to take a dark turn is because I'm a very like understanding and empathetic person. Like I've been there. Like have I been that dark where like I'm following people on like Twitch and whatever? No. But like for a conversation's sake of this video, like porn addiction is a real thing. I've been addicted to porn. It's really hard to admit. And I feel like it happens to a lot of people my age, or at least I would hope so, unless I'm some kind of, freak of nature. But like it's something that seriously took over my life for a long time. And it's something that I haven't talked about much here at all. But it was part of what made me make this change. I had gone through a really, really detrimental breakup. back in, oh my God, I want to say like I started university and then I want to say like 2021. It was really messy and weird. Like it was like early high school that dragged into like not dating, kind of like hanging out all the time, but not dating, and like not, like one of those really messy, just terrible situations for your mental health. And I it ruined so many things. It ruined intimacy for me because I had been cheated on before and I got cheated on again. It had ruined um just so many things that I can't explain. Like I couldn't trust anyone anymore. Like I didn't know what it was like to or allow myself to get close to people anymore, and I fell through the hole of like I was addicted to porn. I was single for like 40 years prior to my girlfriend now, maybe 3 years, and like those 3 years were like hell for me, man. So my point that I'm trying to get at is that I truly do understand what it's like to be in this position where you really don't have much going on and like lonely, like looking for stuff, whatever, like to do on the internet, whether it's like a dirty deed or just like something for attention. Like I assume a lot of these people that are interacting with me, like the guy who was stream sniping me, all of his accounts are public, and he was also a streamer. He streams WoW. He has like 2,000 followers, so he's actually a bigger creator than I am on many fronts, right? And he has his Instagram linked, his Twitter linked, his TikTok linked. Everything's linked to his thing, right? Like just like me, just like anyone else who is some sort of a creator of some metric. And and he's coming in my chat being like, I didn't do it, I didn't do it. I'm like, okay, well, you don't know how Twitch works. Like the follower list is right there. Like, anyways, so everything's public. He's talking about like insecurities and whatever, but not in like a positive way. Like just kind of shouting like you're insecure. Like I didn't stream snipe or whatever. And it's just like all of his accounts are public. You can see all this information. You can see like if anyone cared about you in your life, like we wouldn't be here right now. And the point that I'm bringing this back up is because the guy couldn't move on, and this is why I feel empathetic. It was it happened. We had like our funny bit. He like left. I didn't ban the guy or anything because I don't really like silencing people unless they're doing something that's seriously wrong, like morally wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. Like if he's just a loser, you're a loser, right? And then he came back like 4 hours later. He came back 4 hours later, like, and started the conversation again, just like of his own interest. He was just like, it was like 2, 3 hours later, and he came back. He's like, okay, but like seriously, and I'm like, bro, we've all forgotten about you already. And this is why I'm saying I relate because I've been there. I've been there in my university house in my room alone, like 4 a.m. I can't sleep for days straight, and I'm just finding whatever means of interaction that I can in my life, like possible. I opted for things that were more positive back then. Like I think what people can all relate to is that content sometimes tends to save people in their mental health. Like I would watch at the beginning of my breakup when I was really bad. One thing that I am still addicted to this day is watching YouTube to fall asleep. I don't know if any of you guys can relate. I watch YouTube to fall asleep whenever I'm alone. My girlfriend's with me. I don't need it. It's fine. Like I can go to sleep in silence. But otherwise, I need a YouTube video playing while I fall asleep. Otherwise, I have a nightmare immediately. I don't know what kind of correlation it has or why it happens. But if I go to bed in silence without somebody talking, like in terms of a YouTube video, I have a nightmare within the first hour. Um, so people's content saved me. Like at the beginning of my breakup, it's when Ludwig was getting really big, and I watched a ton of Ludwig. And like, it's not like I owe Ludwig my life. Like it's not like it was terrible. It's just like it's someone that gives you a smile without even knowing. And I think that's the true beauty in like in making YouTube videos, in streaming. It's like you don't know this, but there's probably people behind on the other side of the screen, somewhere random in the world, that you're making their day without even like that being your goal. You could be the greediest person on the planet, and somehow there's still some kid or teen or adult like on the other side of the world that is smiling or laughing and happy that like you exist and you're providing this for them, this content. And that's always what I thought it was the beauty in this. And my whole thing that I did too is I don't know if anyone else has done this, is that in the loneliness though that I had at the time, I found a lot of, I want to say I really suck at keeping friends, not in like a bad way, but just in like if I meet people online, it's really hard for me to stay in contact with them because my interests change online pretty quickly. So another game that came out back then when I was like really alone was Valheim. I don't know if anyone knows about this game. Super cool. It's very similar to Minecraft in a way where it's just like build and survive and craft. Although the gameplay is functionally very different. The conceptually it's very similar. And I joined the Discord, and I loved the game so much that I became one of those. I was like, I used to make fun of these kind of people, like not make fun like genuinely, but I was like, dude, I'll never be that guy. Where like there's these public Discords for any game you're ever interested in, and you see people sitting in like the public calls like alone or with random people that they don't know, and I'm like, dude, I have friends, like I would never do that. And then I realized that like, wait, now I get it. Like now I understand why this exists. Like not everyone has the privilege or whatever to always have somebody to talk to when they might need somebody to talk to. And there's like healthy outlets like this that exist where you're supposed to go to. You're not supposed to, but you should go to instead of um I don't know, like these other examples we're talking about, like becoming addicted to something that's bad for you kind of thing, like or being really lonely or contemplating by yourself. Like there's so many outlets that like I'm very appreciative of that I had in the past that I never looked at intelligently or like really appreciated until now when interacting with some people that I see like a version of my old self in. That's why I've brought up. I think it's kind of come full circle just now because I really suck at having these conversations. But that's why I bring up these people that have done like this weird shit that you interact with while I'm online, like random people who are stream sniping and like trying to like puff their chests, like prove something to some random person online. Like I've never had to prove something to somebody online in my life. Like what like who are you? I don't know you. I have nothing to prove to you. Like I'm never gonna meet you. I'm never gonna see you. I don't care if you're richer, smarter, better, whatever. I will never know you. I no matter what you think of me, it's irrelevant. Um and I guess that some people aren't, I don't want to be mean, but some people aren't intelligent enough or like at that phase in their life or are really can take like a bird's eye view or a third view, like a third person perspective to realize what they're doing and like how they need to fix themselves. And I hope that I can do that for some of you. Not saying that anyone's in like a doing something stupid that they shouldn't be doing, but I'm saying that like that's why I'm here. I'm here to hopefully make myself realize like what I need to change about myself and what I want to improve on. Otherwise, there's no point of these videos. Like it's not like I'm being entertaining. It's more or less a place for comfort and like, community. But it'd be interesting to one thing that I do want to get an interaction on is if anyone has any of these interesting stories of people they've interacted with online, weirdos, creeps, stalkers, or just generally shitty people. Like I don't have too many stories. I have a couple, and this video might be a little long. Um, there's a lot of Minecraft going on in the background, so I'm gonna talk for a little bit longer. But I've had like a plethora of interactions before. Like I think that my time on the internet has been skewed in so many ways that people like wouldn't even realize. Like I have been I was a little kid playing Roblox and I had been like quote unquote hacked, like as everyone was in their childhood or whatever. Meanwhile, I just trusted some random like teenager who's a bit older than me from across like the globe. And I like gave him my password because he said he could do something with my account. Mind you though, this is like who I am. I just trust people like this. Like I used to, like especially when I was a kid, but it still lingers in me. Because I had been playing with this guy that I met for like months. Like we were friends for like months. And then like we made this idea to like dude, I remember this so vividly. We made this idea to like make shirts and like I didn't have Builders Club because I was a kid and he had Builders Club and you could only make shirts then if you had Builders Club. And I'm like, oh, like but like we want to post them on my account. So like I'll just give you my account and you can make them my account, bro, please, like just please. And then on the Skype, like in the Skype chat, because it was Skype at the time, He took my info that I just sent to him, by the way, willingly. Like he didn't even ask for it. Like he wasn't looking to hack me, and I just like gave him the opportunity to, and he took it. So that's like my first example of a shitty person on the internet. And then I have the drastic opposite, where like that kid just got me, and like he was just smart or whatever. Fine, props to him. But dude, then I got older. I got older, and I only been a couple years older. I was probably in grade 7 or 6. And there was a kid that I met in solo queue league. Probably not solo queue, probably normals, because I was a kid there. I wasn't playing much. And I still remember his name. His name was like Shadow Shadow Flame or Shadow Assassin, like 1738 or something like this. Like, anyways, and I'd been playing with him for months, for months, for months, for months. So much so that like we had each other on Snapchat, but we never knew what each other looked like. But like we text on the phone, Snapchat, whatever, or like it was WhatsApp or some bullshit app. But he was American, I was whatever. And after like months of just like playing, one day the kid comes out of nowhere, and I'm like, to this day, I'm pretty sure it's a kid, mind you, like older than me at the time, but I'm sure it was a kid. Could have not been, right? But pretty sure, like I talked to him in Discord every time, all the time. I would hear his mom yell at him in the background, like, "There's no way you would pull a ploy like this for months on end." Do you know what I'm saying? And then one day he just got like really weird, and I never realized it was weird until later. I felt weird and I stopped playing with him, but I didn't realize it was weird. Like essentially, like a 17-year-old tried to groom me as like a 14-year-old. He like we'd play League all the time, and then one day he said that he had a cousin. He said they had a cousin that was like hot and like around my age and was interested in talking to me. And I was like, all right, damn, like hook me up. But then he started making it about, dude, like random kid. He started making it about penis size. And he said like that he had the methods to make like my penis bigger and like but he needed to see like pictures of it and like so that I he could show me like how to like bro, there's some weird people on the internet, man. Like I'm really grateful that um I've always been able to clock it and I never fell for a lot of the stuff. I've been CS:GO scammed for like knives, but that's it. Never have I ever fallen as a kid for like the sort of like grooming shit. Like I always just like I knew it was wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? But I feel bad for people that like this guy might have done it to multiple people. You know what I'm saying? He could have not been a kid. Maybe it was a ploy the whole time, right? Because I promise you, he didn't have a cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all made up, right? Um, and I think that I don't know how I got to this segue, but I think I got into it because of like the weirdos and what happens to like some of these people you interact with on the internet. And again, let me know if you have some weird stories. But like, I think these people are bred this way. Like, I think it's people that have experienced similar things to me, but came out the other side like in the wrong way. If that makes sense. Like, it's like um the analogy that I think of or that comes to my head is that you know how they say like the abuser becomes the abusee. I do believe that, but I don't believe that that's just the rule. I think there's two types of people, and you have a person like not to make like pat myself on the shoulders, but I think you have a person like me, and then a person like um say that guy or one of those guys that was in my stream like these past 2 weeks. You have somebody like me who bad shit happens to, and then you pledge that like because of how it hurt you, that you won't do it to anyone else yourself, right? Like if I was ever abused, if I was ever manipulated, if I was or whatever, like I then did not move as like the cheatee to become like the cheater or whatever. Like I vowed to never cheat. You know what I'm saying? Not that I would have beforehand, but I'm saying that like it really made me realize how damaging these kind of things are. And I think it's a really important way that I conduct myself in my day-to-day life. I think that if there's anything that any sort of knowledge or something that I will actually um thoroughly like believe in, like nobody can argue me against this. I genuinely like thoroughly believe, and I think anyone can agree with this. This isn't a fucking hot take, but I'm just cautious about saying like do this, do that, because like I don't want to tell anyone how to do anything. But if anything bad ever happens to you that really, really hurts you, for the sake of like everyone, I would even say like evolution and humanity. Like for the next generation, don't do it. Don't do it. Sure, people are evil, like in general. Like you will get evil people. But if there's any message that I could give, like make it as little amount of people as possible. Because like I don't know about you, but every shitty thing that happened to me, like I wouldn't wish it on any of these people that are shitty to me. Like I don't wish any of these stories or situations or anything on anyone. So I know it was a weird sort of dump today, but um I don't know. I think sometimes I need this. I think sometimes I need to be incohesive and just say the things that are on my head about some stuff that I've never talked about before or some stuff that I feel that is important. Um, I think maybe one thing that you might catch on about is that I don't really like just totally shunning people out or judging them entirely. Um, I think a little bit of bullying is fine. So honest with you, like people like that to like come into my stream, whatever, like just to cause shit. Like I think a little bit of bullying is deserved. Like I don't think a little bit of bullying ever hurt nobody, and I truly mean a little bit. Like it's different when you're aggressively bullied, but you know, if you let the opinion of some, one random person on the internet like really shift your view, then there's a whole lot you got to work on. But one thing I will say is that I do appreciate this opportunity that the internet provides me to just like be myself, talk about some of these stories. I feel like I got a lot in the chamber if anyone's interested, but of just shitty things that have happened to me so far. Um, that I don't feel the greatest about that I'd like to that I feel like I've never talked about with anyone. Like I feel like some people know in my personal life, but truthfully, like I don't really know how good or bad it is to say a lot of them out loud, so I tend not to. Or like, recording evidence of them. Uh but the reason I just said like I don't really shun people out or count people out or try to just say that people are terrible flat out because I really hate that. I really hate that idea because I've been like these guys that I'm talking about. Oh, sorry. These guys that I'm talking about, granted, they are older than me by like for example, the guy who didn't want to get doxxed, like that guy is older than me by like a large margin, like a whole decade essentially. I hope that in a decade I'm not acting that way. If I am, I got some serious reflecting to do. No offense to a guy like that, but my point is that I do understand how you could be that way. I do understand. I think I have too much understanding sometimes, and it's what catches me in some shitty scenarios. But I think that ultimately it's a good trait of mine and not a negative one. Like, how am I like like both of these people seem like they're just two examples, right? There will be more over the time of me streaming, and like I could get another one today. You know what I mean? I haven't gone live yet today. I'm doing this before my stream. Uh, and obviously that the point I'm trying to make is that things aren't okay for these people at home. I think in one of the clips, there's an actual clip of the guy who's yelling at me in Counter Strike, and like you can clearly tell. I have the whole VOD saved. You can clearly tell that he's not okay. Like he's very not okay. He's like playing video games to try and escape probably, which is like what I do. I think what most people do. It's a form of escapism and like a way to have fun, escape your real life. But if you really, really need it to like escape, like everything's really bad, then maybe we got to take a look outwardly sometimes. And the reason why I refuse to like properly flame these people and say, well, I had this piece of shit today who said this shit to me, is because I've been there. Like I go and I look at their following list with this website of like the one guy was like a clear like I hate to say it this way, but like a clear like Asian fetish. Like he's like in the last like 6 or 7 months, that wasn't a joke, sorry. He's followed like every single account that has like that's wearing like a nothing top with their boobs out and is Asian. And then his TikTok had like 10 likes, like he likes 10 videos on it because likes like that are public, and it's all just the same Asian woman with him commenting in the comment section like, please check your DMs. And then his Twitter was like, it had one post and it was a reply to some Asian creator. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like These people clearly like have these problems going on. They don't realize that they're problems until somebody addresses them. Like that second guy, after me, a random kid in comparison to him across the globe, pointed out to him that like this shit was weird. He like he then that's what made him unfollow a ton of them. From the first time he came to the stream to the second time, his follower list changed. He unfollowed a ton of them. And it's like, really? Like, listen, man, if I'm like your savior or whatever, like, I'm for it. But like, if it took me to make you realize that there's something like wrong with this, then you got to do some like internal thinking. And that's what I'm doing here. That's the whole point. Is that like I'm here to point out like someone like that who's willing to harass other people clearly has to be willing to be judged themselves. And I never even judge. I just point out. But I can never truly label them because I've been there. I've been there, and I don't know you. All I know is that what you're doing is wrong. That's all I know. I can't say that you're a wrong person or that you're a bad person or that people don't love you or whatever. I'm just saying that it's like I've been in my room at like 3 a.m. doing some crazy shit, bro. Like or thinking some crazy shit. Never mind even like in this context of like porn, like thinking about my life, like spiraling mentally. Like I get it. I get what it's like to be up way too late and have no sleep and feel like everything's like the whole world is crushing like on top of you and you don't know what to do with yourself. And you just choose like some random thing to do. Whether like whatever escapism thing it is to do, whether it is to go online and harass people or whether it's to be addicted to porn or whether it's to like harm yourself. Like people do these things. And my point of saying this, I think, is that like I never want to count these people out because I do believe that anyone can change. I just think that with that, there's tough love. That you shouldn't be able. Nobody's invincible. If you're gonna go out of your way to harass me, like, and then I point something out about you that like you don't like, that ain't my fault. You don't like it, man. It's not my fault. If you don't like it, then that's on you. It's just a thing about you that is the truth. Anyways, this video is way longer than I expected, and I've been watching the Minecraft video this whole time, and it's still not done, so I gotta like crop it up and edit it or whatever. But yeah, I hope this was super not super confusing. I definitely don't have like a good thought process sometimes. I think I have some sort of memory issue. Before I wrap this video up, because like I don't know about y'all, but like I start saying something and I get into it, but then I forget how I started it, which makes it really hard for me to like button up the thought. Like I've stopped the recording multiple times and gone back to hear what I said earlier to make sure that I was on the right path still. I don't know why. I hope that's not like I don't know. I've always been like this, so maybe it's just like I have a problem. I don't know. But yeah, it's a privilege as always, everybody. I really appreciate the support in these videos. I really try to just be an honest like individual. Um, I'm not perfect. Nobody is, and that's why I have a tough time talking about these people that come and like harass me because I don't think I'm any better than them, but I think I could definitely help maybe. But alas, what do I know? Privilege as always. Thanks.